here in Kingston upon Thames, the river isn't actually tidal, but further down the stream, when the tide does go out, it reveals a muddy riverbed. And for centuries, the foreshore of the Thames has been home to a form of bargain hunting.
You could call it scavenging, but in Victorian London, when the practice was rife, people who rummaged in the mud looking for buried treasure had a special name: mudlarkers, a term which dates back to the 18th century. The practice is still going strong today, with a new generation of mudlarkers sharing their discoveries on social media. One enthusiast, Jason Sandy, has travelled upstream to show me some of his most fascinating finds.
Ahoy! Jason! Hello, lovely to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Wow, so what got you started in mudlarking?
Well, as you can tell from my accent, I'm American living in Britain, and I've been here for 11 years now.
Okay.
And it's been absolutely fabulous to discover history by actually going down and finding something that's several hundred years old,
yeah,
and being the first person to touch that item after centuries of lying in the Thames.
I know exactly what you mean. It's almost like a communion with the past, isn't it?
Exactly.
And what we're looking at here, go on.
That's actually a Tudor stove tile.
You're absolutely right.
Thanks.
So what's your favourite item out of all this stuff?
I especially like the Georgian artifacts, and this is actually a shoe buckle. The Georgians loved their bling back then.
They did.
And loved to have everything highly ornate, highly decorated.
So Jason, I mean, do you need sort of special tools and equipment?
The most important thing is to have a tide table and a map. But then otherwise, I wear gloves because there's a lot of broken glass down there. In order to find the very small items, you have to literally get down on your hands and knees and start snooping around in the mud. And another thing that I use is a small hand rake in order to kind of just scrape the surface gently.
Tidal rivers can be dangerous, so Jason makes sure he doesn't go mudlarking alone. He and his friend Simon can often be spotted on the foreshore, making online videos about their favourite finds.
A lot of this stuff is very early, I do notice that. I mean, what's the earliest thing we've got on here?
Samian ware from Roman times.
Yeah.
This was actually produced in Gaul, modern-day France.
Yeah.
And this was imported to London, and this was fine tableware. So if you look on here closely, you can see a dog chasing a beast.
Oh, yes, just here. Now, I am aware of samian ware, but I've never seen... So it's almost like a black glaze.
Yes. If you flip it over, you can see it's actually burnt on both sides. So it's believed that this was in a house fire, and it's been dated 60 AD, which is right around the time of Queen Boudica, the Celtic queen,
yeah,
when she attacked London and burnt it to the ground. 2,000 years old. It's
incredible.
A tangible connection with history.
So, I mean, if anybody's watching you do this, I mean, can they just come along and join you?
No, unfortunately, it's very heavily restricted because there's so much important archaeology down there on the foreshore. Everybody has to have a license, and part of that license is you have to record anything that is 300 years or older, and that's logged on the British Museum's website called the Portable Antiquities Scheme, and that's a database that everybody can access to learn about their finds and find out about the fascinating history.
Jason, what can I say? I mean, thank you so much for just showing me the tip of the iceberg, just a small part of your collection. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.